sunny ways, my friends, sunny ways.
You sneaky, you're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic, away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles. So that
Well, the frickin' God!
You're ready to fight, aren't you? I can feel it!
I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
My great pleasure to introduce my husband, the Prime Minister who will make Canada strong. And Canada
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Thank you. It will be an honor to continue to fight for you and to be a champion of your cause as we go forward.
Let's fucking go. Knocker!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Friday Night Fringe here on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful week. It's been a crazy week. I feel like I haven't even been here for you guys all week because, well, everything's been yanked off the platform. Luckily, our video stuck around today because we weren't talking about Charlie Kirk. YouTube seems to have a little hidden agenda out for the Fringe.
Against you,
little
but that's
vendetta.
okay. It just means you're doing something
That's
right.
okay. Strike me down. I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine, YouTube. We're sticking around. I'm in it for the long haul, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going anywhere. Get them out of here. They're going. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you have it. I see there's like a million mics in the stream tonight.
I love it. It's the night of mics.
It's the takeover of mics. Welcome to all the mics that are in the stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you had a great week. I hope some people got past all the tragedies of last week, and now we can move forward into a few other things. One cliffhanger on that tragedy. Charlie Kirk's funeral will be apparently live streamed Sunday. I'll be watching it anyway, so I figure, hey, maybe the Fringe will live stream it. If you guys want to be around your community while that's going on, you can come hang out here, and we'll see Charlie Kirk put to rest. May God be with him. Let's get a roll call going, guys. We're going to have a fun stream tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Matt Carney's doing some lies. We got to uncover those, folks. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to get into it. Get the roll call going. Let's see who we can get in here. Let's see what we can do. 1,000 likes, folks. 1,000 likes.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to do a giveaway tonight.
I'll do a giveaway. I'm not even going to say what it is.
it.
We'll do a giveaway if we get
Hit
1,000
the
likes.
like button. Share us out.
You don't have to be a member for this giveaway. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, I shouldn't have put that one on the stream. Come on, guys. Keep it clean. Cold Feet's joining us from Calgary. We got Wesley Snipes coming in from Lethbridge. Reg Porter, give him a lollipop. We're gonna do that. Welcome in. Big shout out. Reg is in Spruce Grove. If you guys are in Spruce Grove or around the area next weekend, next Saturday, 27th, Royal Canadian Brew House. Mrs. Fringe and I will be there for our meet and greet, 7 p.m. Come on out. We'll be there for a few hours, hanging out with you guys, chatting. If you want to meet the Fringe, best place to come and do it. Rather than on the street, it looks a little awkward. Come out to the brew house. It's going to be a great time. Melanie coming in from Niagara Falls. I doubt we'll see them at the meet and greet, but hey.
That's awesome.
I'm sure in spirit. Vox Guitar Rocks is joining us from Fort Erie. We've got Phoebe Long coming in. It's Fringe Mike night. It is indeed. We got Androzen Kid coming in from Leduc. We've got Carrie joining us from Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome in. We love our American viewers. We've got hang on. There's stuff going missing here. People must be getting kicked or comments must be going down. My chat is moving all over the place. We've got Troy coming in from Vancouver Island, visiting Vancouver Island, but he's from Grand Prairie. Welcome in. Hang on, everybody's chatting. I gotta get to the roll call. Don't boot me on the roll call yet because we're trying to get caught up. Paniner's coming in our Sunday at, I'm assuming that's supposed to be 1 p.m. Arizona time. We'll have it linked for in advance, so don't worry about that. JS coming in from Winnipeg, Delphine joining us from Fort Mac. We got Girl Next Door coming in way next door over in Nova Scotia. We've got Mike coming in from Vic, BC. Welcome in. Carol and Gerald are joining us once again from Calgary. Totes coming in from Arizona. Welcome into the great state of Arizona.
Badass custom coatings from Gimli, Manitoba.
Gimli, Manitoba. In just a couple of weeks, we'll be in Cochrane, Alberta. There you go.
Love
Welcome
Cochrane.
in. Go check out Badass Custom Coatings if you need a custom coating.
Yeah.
We've got Nelson K joining us from New Brunswick as well. We've got Eco Joe coming in from Dallas, from BC Advocate for the Turning 65 Nosedive. Dallas is a gorgeous town. I love Dallas. David Brewer's coming in from Springfield. Oh, he's coming in from Springfield. I haven't done it in a while, so we might as well give the old Mark Carney in here and say, excellent. Welcome in from Springfield. We've got Bernard coming in from Maple Ridge, BC. Carson, El Gringo Grandes, joining us from Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. It's great to have you here, sir. Welcome back to the stream. Back of the bus, Rocky Mountain House.
Love me Rocky Mountain House.
Love Rocky Mountain House. Marika. I always say Murica because it just sounds better. Good old Murica joining us from the woke city of Montreal. Welcome in. Great to see you here. Of course, we can't forget Andrea joining us from Calgary, little Cal town, our old
Mike
town.
TV dub.
Mike TV dub.
From Winnipeg.
I was getting there. Relax.
You
Mike TV dub coming in from Winnipeg. I'm mixing it up.
Sure.
Reg is joining us from Winnipeg or from Calgary. You had me going to Winnipeg. We've got I'm so done in Manitoba. I'd be done too.
I'm done too.
I grew up in Manitoba. I feel your pain. And we got Raptor Guy coming in once again from Scarborough. Guys, I got to get caught up in the chat. We got a lot to get into tonight. We got a lot to talk about with Mark Carney. Mark Carney's spreading more lies, folks. He's spreading more lies and stealing.
Shocking.
He's stealing your money. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it here on the stream. Ingrid with a $5 super chat. Is Ingrid and Charlie from Okotoks LFGs.
We cannot forget.
I can't forget
favorite mod named Ingrid.
My favorite mod named Ingrid. I've got honorable mentions to get to that got in here before the stream. My God, Luca, $200 super chat. Wow. I'm winded. Thank you. I don't know what to say besides thank you. I'm flattered.
Thank you so much.
From our family to yours and your extended family staying with you, something to help out Stephanie and Luca. Well, you guys are so generous. Thank you so much. I'll get into that.
Officially, we'll be here on Friday.
Next week.
Yeah.
This upcoming week. Some people say next week. Some you get the gist. Raptor Guy, $2 super chat. Good riddance to the Wicked Witch of the North. Yes, Freeland's gone. Excited about it, but she's gone, but she's not.
She'll be back.
She's getting on a plane with boatloads of money of our tax dollars.
She'll be back.
To launder over in Ukraine. TVT with a $10 super chat. How long until Carney bankrupts Canada and begs the U.S. to join the union? I give it 2 years, depending on whether Trump tears up USMCA.
Didn't Trudeau technically already bankrupt us? Carney's just going to finish the job.
Listen, I'm going to come waltzing in. I'm going to tell Mark Carney, give me my 51st state. I want it now. In fact, Ottawa can stay out of it. We're just going to take Alberta. We're going to take the western portion.
Want the good ones?
We just want the good ones. Everything but Ottawa. Everything but Ottawa and Quebec. They can come. We love them. Ottawa can be part of Quebec. We'll just, move it over there. We'll slide it over. Tell them to get a lollipop. They could feel better. I guess we'll see. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. Speaking of Cochrane, Tom Cochrane opened for the Who when I saw them. That's
very
awesome.
Cool.
That is awesome. Javelin Blue with a $5 super chat. I'm so angry with this government in Canada who voted for all this bullshit. I couldn't agree more. Bullshit's the name of the game, folks.
Yep.
And we're going to get into it tonight. Javelin Blue with another $5 super chat. Every nation seems to use and abuse us, and immigrants are a pain in the ass. We're going to get into it. We're with it. We're going to get into it. In fact, you know, when you get all these people around, when you see the workings of this government, folks, I don't know about you, but I get a fever.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Oh, guys, more cowbell. You got to have that cowbell. It's crazy. You guys are crazy. Carol Munger coming in for 11 months. Can't wait to get our We're Taking Alberta Back hoodies.
Yes.
They should be here any day. So excited.
Oh, love it, Carol.
I'm very happy to hear that. Keep in mind, folks, those items, well, we're grifting already. I can't believe it. Those items are only available for a limited time in the shop. Go hit the store shop. The store shop. Go hit the store. Shop for whatever you like. I'm so tongue-tied tonight.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Let's go. Let's get this stream under wraps.
What are we here for? We really only come for Friday nights so we can see the memes.
Nobody comes, well, everybody comes to see this gorgeous face of mine and to indulge in some memery. Memery.
Like
How's
that.
your memery these days? Let's get into the memes, shall we? Jay Peterson, I'm going to get to that super chat momentarily, but first, something to make you guys feel better. Something to make you feel like you got to go get a lollipop, folks.
Oh,
I found this one on the socials and I had to put it up in the live stream. Crazy liberals assaulting our veterans. You're never going to believe what she says. Let's take a look.
All of your people that you need to take that hat off now. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. You're wearing this outfit that my husband fought for this country. And look at you. Look at you. You're a piece of doo-doo and you know it. You've ruined this country. You and all of your people that have robots. Robots. You're robots. You drank the Kool-Aid, didn't you, huh? Didn't you? You need to take this soldier outfit off because you don't deserve to wear it. You are ruining this country. You are ruining this country. How dare you? All of your people.
How dare you? You've stolen my dreams. How dare you?
Oh my word.
I saw something in the chat I got to get to because it was a novel. Fringe, read this. LOL. Yet one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us as 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
Ants' life.
Is that Bug's Life?
Yeah, Bug's Life. No.
Or is that Ants? It's one of the two.
I
never
think it was
watched
Ants Against the Grasshoppers, but you're not
I never
wrong.
watched
Yeah,
either.
that
So
was perfect.
Yeah, but good quote. I love the blowout. Some people are saying that this blowout is staged. I don't know about that. Regardless, don't you just love to see it? Somebody should tell them, go to Uganda, get a lollipop, you'll feel better. Okay. We don't put up with that in America. We don't put up with it in Canada either, folks. Let's get that straight. Javelin Blue, $5 super chat. I want to live in a 25-foot converted cargo trailer on a small piece of land that backs onto Crown and own automatic weapons with explosives. Well, I mean, to each their own, I guess. If that's what floats your boat.
River.
I also got to get to Jay Peterson.
Yeah.
At Delphix Specials, the third worst PM in Canadian history was Pierre Trudeau, the baby daddy of the decline of this country. Yeah. I don't think he was the baby daddy. I think Fidel was his daddy, wasn't he? I could be wrong.
I mean, he's a stepchild, but whatever.
Justin Trudeau should have been beat like a redheaded stepchild, folks. He should have been beat around. Speaking of beating things, really funny Asmongold clip. You guys ever watch Asmongold? I don't know if you guys ever check out Asmongold. If you do, this clip, it was too funny not to share it. Some people might find it tasteless. I thought it was funny because it's got Trump. A teenage girl sent this AI message from her dad who found her toys and decided to tell her with Trump.
Hide them better.
Hide them better. Just get them away. Here we go.
Found my dildo and told me with AI. What? What?
Hi, sweetheart. There's no reason to be embarrassed, but I found your green goblin. Or that's what your mother used to call it. You should be a bit more careful about what you leave in the bathroom. Your younger brother is in there all the time for like hours on end. Please keep these things private. To be frank with you, I didn't believe it when I first saw it. These things are so much bigger than I remember. Anyways, take it easy, champ. You're not training for the Olympics. Let's keep the bathroom a family-friendly space. And don't worry, I won't tell Mom. Love you. Yapper.so.
This is probably the best idea he's ever had. He probably thinks he is the smartest dude in the entire fucking world right now.
I mean, we found your Green Goblin. I mean, maybe let's keep the bathroom a safe family space, shouldn't we? I thought that was hilarious. I really liked that one.
Tell your mom.
I think what is LMAO white people?
Yeah, right?
Can anybody see these comments? I see somebody saying their comments aren't getting on, and we can't see the. I see the comments, guys. The chat moves.
Very fast.
Censorship's in full effect. Free speech is dead. We're going to talk a little bit about free speech. I don't know if it's censorship. It could just be that it's not processing. I'm not sure what's happening. There's no. If your comments are showing up, you're not blocked. You're not anything. So. Bear with us. We'll figure it out. You found your Green Goblin. Raptor guy, $5 super chat. Oh, and the fat bastard voice. As for Carney, even Stink would say that stinks. Smells like that plus crap. What do we got here? I have more honorable mentions. People are going to think this is all we care about.
It's not. We love you all.
We love everybody. We're going to get to everybody that we can tonight. Alberta Gamer. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are going to be so many baby boys named Charlie in the coming years. It will trigger the snowflakes.
Yes.
Maybe. We got Patricia with the $2 super chat. I got my sweatshirt. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I'm very glad. Wasn't that Adam Sandler's old song, Red Hooded Sweatshirt? I can't remember the words to it, but I'm glad you got it. I hope it's comfortable. I hope you're nice and comfy, cozying up with the Fringe. Enjoy your sweatshirt.
Although you did just get your jacket, I think I kind of want one.
The Letterman jacket. If you guys
cool.
missed it, I don't want to grift. This isn't a grift. I just want to bring it up for anybody who didn't see it yet. I ordered one because I was curious. Where is it? Where?
Because you spell it wrong every time.
Do I?
Yeah.
I always spell it wrong, folks. We're doing it live. Let's take a look at a good old spread shirt. Letterman jacket. I ordered one of these and wanted to see how it came out. It's gorgeous and it's so comfortable.
It's really soft on the inside.
They're really cool. If you guys want to get one, again, these are limited edition, limited run. Go pick one up.
I think I want one.
It helps the channel. I'll order one for Mrs. Fringe. She can model on the channel. It'll be great. You know how we push all that stuff out. We got to go. Holy crap, you guys.
Well, don't miss.
Patricia gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriot Club. Talk about paying it forward. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome to all 5 of our brand new members. You got Dutchie coming in with a $279.99 super chat.
Wow.
To comment on the previous video, no more extensions. We live in Alberta and we should have deadlines. Have hard deadlines.
Yes.
Like our oil and gas projects. I agree. Dutchie, geez, you guys. You're crazy. You're a little out of control, but I like it. Thank you so much. I really never know what to say with those because your generosity knows no bounds, and
that's why we pay it forward. We
very humbled, but that's why we do. That's why we do
giveaways, because you guys are
giveaways.
So amazing.
That's why we do charity donations. We like to give back to you guys. Very generous tonight. I can't get over that. We have. What were we talking about?
You're rarely speechless.
Rarely. You got me. You guys got me. You got me speechless. Yeah, those Letterman jackets are really cool. I want to move on. Let's get the memes going. If you guys missed the Charlie Kirk stuff, speaking of Charlies, Rachel Gilmore was caught.
Unhappy Gilmore.
She played the victim this week.
Aww.
She came out and spoke rudely about Charlie. She said some nasty things about Charlie. And she got the brunt of it. In fact, Andrew Scheer simply just said that you'd have to be a real scumbag to talk like this. It was something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. So don't quote me verbatim, folks. But Rachel Gilmore went on this shame tour of, oh, I've got a target on my back. How dare you? I can't go out in public. I'm afraid for my safety. And then today she posts, I'm going on Tout le monde en parle this week for a radio show to talk about the liberals and to talk about the dumb conservatives. And, oh, I won't have any security with me because I'm not really scared. I just wanted to play the victim card while I shamelessly mocked the death of Charlie Kirk. Isn't it funny? Well, Unhappy Gilmore can get bent. She can jump on a patch of cactuses and eat a bag of dicks. Probably does. That's how she got her job. Mark Carney posing this week, letting you know he can run a marathon, but he can't run a country. Good old Mark.
Run a marathon, or would he give up after 12 minutes?
I'm willing to bet he ran a couple steps. It was a photo op, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe he ran the full marathon. That's my personal belief.
He cut out, took a cab to the end.
He took it. He pulled a George Costanza. Raptor guy, the $2 super chat. Hey, Rachel, you suck. You suck, you jackass. Thank you so much. Nilok coming in. When doesn't she play the victim? Well, it's all time. Her victim card's expired.
Yes.
It's
I think
expired.
I think she's done.
Ingrid saying Rachel Gilmore needs Thorazine. She needs something. I'm willing to bet she got beat around like a redheaded stepchild, ladies and gentlemen.
You really like that line.
I do like that one. It used to be Follow the Money. Now it's Follow Brookfield.
Yeah.
Wayne, I couldn't agree more. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. You guys keep the chat moving. You guys are great tonight. Who wears short shorts? Well, Mark Carney. Mark Carney. He's got to get some draft up in those areas, those regions, because
that is something I don't want to see is him in short shorts.
He's definitely missing some action down there.
His wife?
Well, short, shriveled, and always to the left. Isn't that what they say? Speaking of Mark Carney, the difference between a politician and a bank robber is that the bank robber isn't pretending to help you. We've seen that with Mark Carney this week. We're going to see it. So, Cobwebs. There's a Drop Dead Fred reference. I like that. I hope that's a Drop Dead Fred reference.
Well, it is now.
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yes, it is.
Nilok, $2 super chat. Hit the like button, folks. Let's get the stream out. Not only get the stream out, 1,000 likes. We're doing a giveaway tonight, folks. Make sure you get those likes. And you don't even have to be a member.
No, let's just do it for everybody.
You don't have to be a member, folks. It's going to be wonderful. I give away the best stuff on this channel. No channel gives away things like I do. Let me tell you. None of them. The greatest. Let's get to the next one. I said to Alexa, tell me all the lies Carney told. So it's been 3 days and she hasn't shut the hell up.
I love that one. So true.
This is where we're headed. And there's more lies tonight.
So who do you think has more, Trudeau or Carney?
Oh boy. That would break AI.
I think it would.
In fact, let's ask. Let's ask. Mrs. Fringe, you're good with the typing.
Okay.
Let's ask Grok. Who has told more consecutive lies? Justin Trudeau or Mark Carney? We're doing it live, folks. Don't mind the clickety-clackety. We're going to ask Grok. Mark Carney or Justin Trudeau? Who's told more lies? Let's see what it says. Oh, it's breaking. Look at it. Look at it trying to find all the information. Determining who has told more consecutive lies is inherently subjective, as political fact checks rarely track unbroken sequences or falsehoods in real-time speeches or interview. Consecutive could imply lies without interruption. No comprehensive data exists figures on such streaks. Instead, available fact checks and reporting focus on total documented false claims. Mark Carney, here we go. Total documented false claims, 10 to 15 major instances. Example, 2 in 1 debate, an impressive list of gaffes. Notable examples, claim no role in Brookfield HQ, moved to New York. False, it was a chaired meeting. Consecutive or clustered lies, 2 to 3 in single events. English debate, Brookfield, plus budget claims. Sources of scrutiny, Conservative Party statements, i.e. sneaky lies. It was done in the National Post. Context, lies often tied to conflicts of interest finances during the 2025 campaign. We're going to get to those conflicts of interests tonight, folks. Key insights, it doesn't really mention Trudeau here. Trudeau edges out with the higher totals and repeats per fact check lines with Toronto Star, 5 false statements per week. Oh my God.
1,800.
And the opposition tallies 1,800 plus on one issue, says 2 sources. Carney's are fewer but denser in 2025. Example, web of lies per Conservatives. So Mark Carney only has less because he's been around less. 1,800 plus.
So give it 2 more years and then we'll ask this question again, see where it's sitting at.
Dear God.
List them all.
Whoever asked that, I think it was Nilok. What a question. It wasn't this added to the memes. This is great, guys. Let's keep it going. Speaking of which, I'm going to show this meme. I can't play the audio because it's playing the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice? Just imagine that in your head playing as this is going on. But this really tells how people really wish things were in Canada.
I'm up for it.
Let's see here. Office of the Prime Minister. Oh, there's Pierre. What's he doing in there? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. Taking out the trash there. Get out of my office, you bastard. He throws Mark Carney straight through the window. Isn't that the way it should be, folks? Isn't that the way we all wish it was?
Real.
Wouldn't life be a lot better? Wouldn't that be a lot better if that's the way it was? I think that was the end of our memes. I think that was, yes, it is. That's the end of the memes. I hope you guys enjoyed the memes tonight. We'll try and get more for next week. I gotta get caught up in super chats. You guys just keep throwing them in here. Patricia Ingalls, look up Salvation Army bailing program, please. Give me 1 second. We'll check that out. Reg, $5 super chat. As Larry the Cable Guy says, Carney makes much sense as wiping before you poop. He's got to get her done. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Wow, that's crazy, that super chat there. Chris with the $7 super chat. If you pay a penny for Carney's thought, you get change back. Yeah. That's a gooder. That's the first time I've actually heard that. I bet it's an oldie. Reg with a $5 super chat. As Larry the Cable Guy says. Oh, we got that one. He did it twice. Reg.
Twice. Thank you, Reg.
Thank you so much. Carney coming in with his super chat, $5. Let's not forget his housing announcement. Stop! You're spoiling the stream. Spoilers. Shame.
He has no patience.
Zip it. Look at me. I'm Zippy Longstocking. We're gonna.
He's done this more than once.
Subtitle? Zip it. We're gonna get to it. Stay put. Here we go.
I'm a great lady.
More Trump voice, please. People want more Trump. Should I just do the whole stream as Donald Trump? No. It would be bad. I'll tell you why. Because I'd leave the stream and I'd go upstairs and I'd tell my kids, listen, I got to get you guys in shape, okay? You're out of control. Clean up this mess. Go to bed. Okay? Go have a lollipop. Actually, don't. Your sugar content's going to be high. I need you to clean your rooms, brush your teeth, go to bed, okay? And then the kids would go to bed and I'd be like, Mrs. Fringe.
No. It would not go that far.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I worked with a lot of people, a lot of great people. I love working with you on the show, Mrs. Fringe. You're wonderful, but Mrs. Fringe, you're fired. Wouldn't bode very well. Patricia with another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Love you both. You guys are great too. You guys are awesome. Mark Carney, me bad. Zip it. Zip it. Look at me. Oh. Puking rally, says it's Mike. Humor isn't violence, it's a pressure release. You know, it's funny because a lot of people were talking about Jimmy Fallon. Why do I keep saying Jimmy Fallon? I think he's next to go. Jimmy Kimmel.
Peter says you can't fire me.
You can't fire Mrs. Fringe. She's unfireable. You can't fire. She's got a contract, okay? We wouldn't do as well on stream. We wouldn't have as many viewers if Mrs. Fringe wasn't around. Nobody wants to come see me talk about lollipops in Uganda.
I don't think that's true.
Raptor guy, $5 super chats. Jeffrey the Butler voice and get Pierre. And yet Pierre comes back with a vengeance. I can't do that voice, but thank you for the super chat.
It's just like an English accent.
I've seen a lot of people today talking about Stephen Colbert virtue signaling that Jimmy Kimmel was let go because of free speech.
Well, there are consequences to free speach.
That's what I've been trying to say all week, and yet my videos were pulled off the air, folks. They don't like me talking about it. They silenced.
No, you can't tell that.
They silenced my free speech for having free speech about free speech. Here's the thing: you can have free speech. You can have all the free speech you want in the world. Problem is, there's consequences.
Yeah,
there's consequences for your free speech. What's funny is that a lot of people are blaming Donald Trump for what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, saying that Trump is censoring people. It's all, excuse me, I got the hiccups. It's all about Trump. But what's funny is Trump had nothing to do with it. It was the FCC.
Yeah.
The FCC went on Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson asked them a question about accountability. They showed them the clip. The FCC obviously had seen it prior and said, look, we issue licenses. We have a vested interest in this stuff. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm going to talk about it because some interesting news came out today. And of course, I couldn't talk about it because, God forbid, YouTube has a stick up their butt and doesn't want me to tell you guys about it. Nilok with a $5 super chat. Trump just announced he's ending H-1B visas, charging companies $100K per visa now that they want them. The left is imploding. They're losing their grip, folks.
Love it.
The war on the woke is in full effect. They're going down. Raptor guy, my message to Jimmy Kimmel, you want cancel culture, you got cancel culture. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Can Trump run as prime minister here
in
Canada?
He cannot. Unfortunately, I wish he could. It'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful if he could,
maybe one of his
kids? Maybe Ivanka. I don't know. No, they weren't born here. I believe you have to be born here to run for prime minister.
Except to look.
Yes, Greg's saying, Greg, spoilers.
Yes.
Jimmy wouldn't apologize. So apparently what happened, and I said it in my video before it got yanked when I first announced Jimmy Kimmel had been potentially suspended indefinitely. There was no word of firing by that time. I even said what's going to happen is that ABC Disney is going to talk about their bottom line. Jimmy Kimmel's ratings had been plummeting steady since 2015. In fact, during the pandemic, his ratings actually dropped further while people were locked in their houses.
Yeah.
So people still didn't want to watch him.
A lot.
He lost half his audience. So what ABC Disney probably looked at was their bottom line. They looked at everything and said, look, we can put him on leave. If he comes back, there's going to be controversy.
Or use this as a get out of jail free card.
It's a get out of jail, because essentially if they bring him back, there's still going to be controversy. Yeah. People are still going to be upset about it. And it's going to affect their bottom line. His ratings would go even lower. In fact, he was only at about 1 million people per show. Now, that sounds like a lot, but when you compare that to a lot of live streamers and the views that people get on YouTube, I'm willing to bet Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube channel and the clips were getting more views than Jimmy Kimmel's actual show.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing what happened was they started talking about how it was all going to go down. And somebody at Disney said, hey, let's just ask Jimmy to apologize. Okay? Tell him to apologize. He can walk it back. And we'll do a short-term suspension and everything goes back to normal. Well, apparently Jimmy Kimmel was planning with his writers to go full bore against MAGA. They were coming back with a vengeance. He refused to apologize.
Of course he did.
And at that point, ladies and gentlemen, if the FCC is threatening to pull your license, you're a liability. So when they talk about free speech, Jimmy Kimmel had free speech. He told his employer, if you bring me back, I'm going to attack Trump even more. I'm going to say more things that are going to piss off the FCC, and you're finished. And Disney says, well, we're not taking that risk with you. We're not going to lose our license. You're out of here. You're done. Get him out of here. He was gone. And not only that, it's funny because Adam Carolla, if you ever watched The Man Show prior to Jimmy Kimmel's late night show, Adam Carolla has a podcast where he was talking about his reaction. And there was a really funny joke with Bill O'Reilly, because apparently Bill O'Reilly always wanted to be on Kimmel. He always wanted to debate Kimmel. And Kimmel was supposed to go to New York at some point this year. And he kept bugging Adam Carolla, get me on Kimmel, get me on Kimmel. So Carolla had heard about what happened to Jimmy Kimmel before he'd been let go. So he told his agent, call Bill O'Reilly and tell him I got him on Kimmel. And he goes, what? Why? He goes, because it'll be funny. And he goes, but he got suspended. He goes, yeah, that's the joke. It'll be funny. And it was kind of like a who's on first. It went on for about 10 minutes before the agent finally went, oh, I get it. Okay. And they went back and forth, but which I think is hilarious. But nonetheless, Adam Carolla was talking about it, and he mentioned different networks. When you're a syndicated show amongst networks, it's not Disney that broadcasts the show. Disney has a main feed, and networks across the country carry the show. So that's why you see Fox Rochester, Fox New York, Fox, let's say Seattle, syndicates all across the country. The TV stations that held Jimmy's show were saying, look, our viewers don't want this. They don't want the show. And he says, as soon as a couple of networks start to pull out and say, yeah, it's not for our demographic, we're not going to show it anymore. So that could have been Republican states that said this was the line that was crossed. The show is pretty much bankrupt at that point. So they can't continue it even if Disney wanted to. So there were a lot of contributing factors in what happened to Jimmy. This wasn't freedom of speech.
No.
As much as the left wants to pretend it is.
It was just about due time, and he made it easy.
Now, down to business. If you're in Canada And you see these leftards running around talking about, well, Jimmy and his freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech, you see. He should have kept his job. I'm so insulted. Why don't you go ask Grapes? Why don't you go ask Don Cherry what it's like to say, you people?
Roseanne Barr.
Don Cherry was fired from Coach's Corner for saying you people.
And he is a Canadian staple.
What about Don's freedom of speech? Huh? When did that come into play? What about Roseanne Barr? What about when Barack Obama and Michelle Obama directly went to Bob Iger and said, oh, she compared Valerie Jarrett or whoever, not Valerie Jarrett. Why am I?
Whatever her name was.
I think it was Valerie Jarrett.
Yeah.
To a monkey. And she's a comic. That was the other excuse they gave with Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. He should be allowed to make these jokes. He's a comedian. Roseanne was a comedian. You pulled her show. You killed her off of it and kept it going.
The show.
You kept the show going
without
as
Roseanne.
A woke garbage piece and booted her off. What about your free speech then? It's funny to me and absolutely hilarious watching the left break down over this, saying, oh, it's all about free speech. It has nothing to do with free speech. It's rules for thee, not for me. No, we just want the people we don't like canceled. Don't cancel the people we support.
Yes, but I mean, it doesn't matter. They just feel that they're always right. And from this, they're kind of realizing that they're not.
Yeah, Noah's saying nobody under 30 watches cable TV anymore. And that was the problem. So Kimmel's ratings were falling as it was.
Like, who watches that?
But it has nothing to do with free speech. All these politicians, all these people using free speech as an excuse, it's nothing more than scoring brownie points, which is exactly what Jimmy Kimmel was making a joke about with MAGA, that, oh, they're using this to score points. That's all these politicians are doing now. That's all these free speech advocates that just crawled out of the woodwork are doing now, folks. Yeah. It's oh, we're going to score points by saying, how dare you fire Jimmy? How dare you? And you know, Obama's wife did that. She did. Mm-hmm. She did. Roseanne Barr ruined her reputation when she sang the national anthem. Okay, that was bad. I'm not going to pretend that was okay. That was bad. That was really bad.
But okay, but they had to have known it was going to be that bad by having her sing.
Lisa bringing up Big Mike. I mean,
everybody knows she couldn't sing.
Freedom of speech is free from government interference. Nothing to do with your employer.
Yeah.
So that's the funny part, especially when Obama got Roseanne fired, right? Trump had nothing to do with Kimmel. It was the FCC. It was the people who hand out the licenses that say, yeah, you can't do that. You can't state false facts on TV. And not only that, he was inciting hate against MAGA with false facts. Now, when you look at 1 million viewers, that's a lot of influence, folks. That's a lot of hate you're spreading across the country on false statements. So much like on this channel, I could say, hey, everybody, Mark Carney's gay. And I know definitively that Mark Carney is gay. Now, he obviously isn't gay, but if I said those things and said, well, I was just making a joke, and all of a sudden Mark Carney goes into work tomorrow and all over the newspapers, because I have 1 million people watching me, headlines say, hey, Mark Carney's gay, everybody. Well, that's false statements, not only defamation, but I would have to retract and walk that back because it's false. You can't do it. That's not how the world works.
Obama has a husband, not a wife.
Yes, he has a husband. I forgot. Big Mike. Big Mike in the house. Carnage County. Hey, Derek, say hi to Megan RP while she has the internet. Megan, hello.
Hello, Megan.
While she has internet. Is she losing her internet?
Where are you, lady?
What's happening in this crazy world? What is going on? Oh, we got that one. We got one. Javelin Blue, $2 super chat. I'll be your Trump daddy. There we go. Patricia with the $2 super chat. Remember, they took your bodily autonomy away.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In your opinion, who cads vote for a Trump fig? Javelin Blue, can you retype that in the chat just so I know what you mean? I'm not sure what that means. Thank you for the super chat.
We can't wait to see you too, Megan.
Wait, can't wait to see you soon.
Is Megan in Alberta?
Is Megan coming to the meet and greet again? Again?
Third time's a charm.
Oh, we should do it like Mr. Garrison. Carney's not gay. He just visits lots of islands. Well, now YouTube, that was Javelin Blue, not me. Let's not.
Right.
Mark Carney's not gay. Can we get rid of all the Mexicans? She's in the mountains. It comes and goes.
Okay.
That's what she said. Hey. Oh, we're getting those in tonight. Let's. How do you like Kash Patel versus Congress? Look, I like Kash Patel. I like what he's doing in Congress. I think it's great that they've announced Antifa to be a terror organization. I say start with the K-stands next. Make them all part of those organizations so that Canada just looks guilty as shit. And before you know it, Mark Carney has no choice but to kick them all out. Because America is going to have a bone to pick with Mark Carney. If they say, you're harboring these guys, Mark. You're harboring them. Send them to Uganda. Send them somewhere else. We don't want them near our borders. They're coming in over Canadian borders, folks. They're coming in from your shithole country into America. We don't want them. Kash Patel confirming that today.
So Dutchie is asking, where is the meet and greet and when?
Where's the meet and greet and when? Well, for anybody who came in late, shame on you. Second of all, Spruce Grove next Saturday, the 27th, 7 p.m., Royal Canadian Brew House in Spruce Grove. It's the only one, so you're not going to get mixed up.
It'll be good, fine.
It'll be wonderful. Make sure to come hang out, say hi to the Fringe. It's going to be wonderful. Saturday.
We got a sitter, so we'll both be there.
We'll both be there. Sadly, I won't be drinking. You know what's funny? I went out with Mrs. Fringe this week.
We had a date.
We had a date because all of our kids were in school and we had 5 minutes to ourselves. We went for lunch and I just said to Mrs. Fringe, you know, I don't really drink. I feel like one. Let's just have one. I drank during the election.
We were both a bit loopy just on one drink.
We did the Mark Carney drinking game during the debates, during the federal election. Before that, I hadn't had a drink in 5 years. I hadn't had a drink in 5 years.
You were like a big lightweight.
And it was just kind of a celebratory thing because we didn't have any kids. And it's like, let's have a drink. I had one drink. Master of Snatch was texting me and I'm like, dude, I'm kind of tipsy. It wasn't fun. Walking around West Edmonton Mall. Walking around like
easy
West Edmonton Mall. Oh. Would Canadians vote for a Trump figure? That was the question.
Yes, 100%.
I would. I'd love to vote for Trump. Maybe Ivanka. Maybe Don Jr. Any figure. You know, I was excited.
Himself.
I was excited back when Kevin O'Leary said he was going to run.
Right.
Because I said, it's not that I think Kevin O'Leary has... I wasn't hammered. Snatch says he was hammered. I wasn't hammered. Get him out of here.
One drink.
I was just a little...
just wanted to try the little slushy thing.
Just a little giggly. They had a Red Bull slush. And I decided to give it a whirl. And I hadn't had Red Bull in years either. And it was just like, my God.
A mix. Yeah.
Ugh. Crazy.
I think our wedding was probably the last time you had Red Bull, really.
Yeah, probably. Kevin O'Leary, when he was going to run in Canada, I was excited because I thought this is our chance to get somebody in who isn't connected to politics. He doesn't owe anybody any favors. He's like a Trump. Not going to be as good as Trump, not as effective as Trump, but nonetheless, a good distraction, hopefully get somebody in who's not connected to a party. And then he dropped out. It was too bad. Yeah. And I even said... There's Airwork saying I wanted Kevin O'Leary as well. He realized he could never win and stopped. I think you could try and get him to win now. Because people are fed up.
Yeah.
They don't want uniparty.
But you're always going to find the people who have the control over the vote are always going to vote Liberal.
They're always going to vote the other way. But could you imagine, and I said this when Kevin first announced it, could you imagine the deals that would get done between Canada and the United States? If Donald Trump is the president, Kevin O'Leary is the prime minister of Canada, you'd get a lot done.
Yeah.
A lot of deals. Really good negotiations. In fact, I'd want them to televise those negotiations just so I could get popcorn and watch it. That would be interesting as hell.
Amazing.
You think Shark Tank was a good show? Canada-US negotiations, network TV, put it on, ratings would go through the roof. Absolutely. Scotty, $5. Does Carney's fake Serena House backdrop qualify as a house built under the housing program? Lightweight. We're gonna get to that. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
I know I'm screwing around. I know I'm screwing around and I'm mumbling, but we're gonna get to it. I promise.
Are you drunk?
I promise. Raptor guy, Derek, wasn't Barney Gumble level right?
Barney Gumble.
Who was Barney Gumble? Why does it sound so familiar?
Barney Gumble.
Oh, Simpsons. No,
Flintstones.
I wasn't Barney drunk. No, Barney Rubble is the Flintstones. Barney Gumble's Simpsons. I wasn't as drunk as Barney. No, it wasn't that bad.
One drink.
It was one. I was just a
We're
little
just lightweight.
just a little loopy because I hadn't had a drink in a long time. That's all it was. Yeah, Simpsons. Sorry, I just know him as Barney. I just know him as Barney. Oh, I can't even do his voice very well.
No.
Well, but I can do Charles Montgomery Burns. If you really want to hear about the money that's being siphoned out of Canada, let's take a look at this. I had this video passed on to me today. Yazin Boko, shout out to him. He passes a lot of stuff on to me on Twitter. He just sent me this video. The Liberals just shut down the Finance Committee to block calling the Finance Minister. No budget since spring of 2024, and the deficit of $100 billion is probably expected. And remember, they said that after 4 years, we were going to see 100 and something billion, according to the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. I think it was 130 billion. It's already 100, folks, and he's only been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
Take a listen to this nonsense.
But he's been on holidays for the majority of it.
Can I take a day off? We're not going to do it today. Listen to this nonsense.
So I just finished a finance committee meeting, a meeting that we've been waiting for the entire summer. It was a 1-hour meeting, but to my surprise, the Liberal chair broke the rules and adjourned the meeting, ended the meeting suddenly, and walked away. We were trying to move a motion to bring the Minister of Finance into committee to speak about the precarious situation that we have here. We have no transparency. There's no budget. The parliamentary budget officer has said that this Liberal government has no fiscal anchor, has no guardrails. We have no idea what's going to be happening. All we know is that there are spending announcements. The deficit is supposed to be close to $100 billion. And yet, this Liberal government, the Liberal chair, has ended the meeting suddenly and walked away, knowing that she was breaking the rules. And so here we go. We have no transparency, no accountability, but the headlines keep coming.
So what's funny about this, and I wanted to talk about this, Justin with $2 super chat. That's not what I wanted to talk about, but we will talk about it. This country feels like a runaway train these days. I'm going to get into that right away. Snow saying, "You were gonzo. I saw it." No, you did not. You did not. You know what's funny? We actually went for lunch and then we went to the theme park and went on rides.
Yeah.
While our kids were in school. Because
sneak them in while I can.
Well, because we have passes and it's the only time we can go on big people rides because we've always got 3 kids with us. So it was kind of fun. It was like playing hooky for a day. It was kind of neat. Now, back to the country feels like a runaway train these days. Earlier this week, we started running Question Period Live on the channel. Unfortunately, a little bit of a health scare. I had to cut back a little bit on what I was putting over top on the channel, just to keep health in check. Again, apparently my blood pressure is ridiculously low. And sitting for as long as I was during the day, not moving around, things like that, were a bit of a problem. So nothing to worry about. It's nothing extreme. Just the doctor said maybe a little less stress in your life and movement is good for you. So we walked away from it. But what's funny is that one of the things that was brought up in Question Period that a lot of people were saying is, how come when we're watching this and we took a tally on Wednesday's Question Period Live, how many times the same subject gets brought up over and over and over again? Feels kind of like it's scripted, right?
But all the Liberals do is lie. Lie.
It's so funny because on Wednesday's live stream, the Tuesdays, it was all about nobody can afford food.
Yeah.
Cost of housing, groceries are too high, food, the whole stream. Wednesday, it was all about the deficit, building homes, best in the G7, deficit, the whole show. I have some good news for you folks. I spent a little bit of time this week chatting with one of my favorite MPs, former MPs in the House of Commons, Michelle Ferrari. She's coming on the show. She would love to come on the show. She said, in fact, she's a big fan of the Fringe. I said, please come on. I asked her, can you come on and explain to my viewers why this feels scripted? Can you come on and try and explain to us why things happen in the House of Commons like this and why we don't get any results? It can't be because one party outweighs the other in terms of votes. There has to be a bigger explanation. Sometimes it's good to get those people in here so that we can get a broader explanation to try and tone down people's frustrations a little bit. Because one thing I noticed in those live streams, people were mad. And rightfully so. You guys have the right to be mad. I saw it. I saw Airwork says, love Michelle. The Truth saying, oh my God, she's awesome. She is awesome.
She is awesome.
Michelle's amazing. I love when I get to chat with her. In fact, as soon as I said, hey, Michelle, it's funny because I emailed her and I said, listen, I'd really love you to come on the show. She didn't even read what I wanted to talk to her about at first. She immediately replied and said, oh my God, yes. So, she loves the Fringe.
Let's just shoot the shit.
Right? Like I was sitting with Tiffany and we're talking about, I said, I'm going to email Michelle. We're going to ask her to come on the show. It wasn't even, a minute?
Yeah.
A minute after I hit the send button, OMG, yes.
Yes.
Who loves the Fringe, huh? It's going to be a great interview. Michelle, of course, is at the We Unify this weekend, so I'm not sure when that interview is going to be. We're going to work with our schedules, figure something out, but keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's definitely good to talk about those things because I want to paint a better picture for our viewers as to why it is that we see these shenanigans in the House of Commons. It's supposed to be question period, but we don't get any answers. We need answers. We need an explanation. Sometimes it's, they're not allowed to say certain things in there. Or maybe we'll get the common excuse, the deck's stacked against Pierre. That's fine. But why do they keep scripting the same questions?
Yeah.
Why don't we ever get answers? Why
don't we ever get truthful answers and they're never called out?
Why are we 2 years into the same questions being asked in question period?
Nothing being done
with
about
nothing
it.
being done. I think it's going to be a great interview. Well, yeah, Derek's saying it's a circus, but that was just it. It was tell me something we don't know. Right? That's why I wanted to bring Michelle on, because as a former MP, she can maybe explain how the cogs in that machine work a little bit better. At least I'm hoping so. Ingrid saying, oh my God, Michelle Ferrari should run for Premier of Ontario.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Wouldn't she be great? She'd be wonderful. Oh, she'd be wonderful. Somebody said more cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
How? More cowbell. Logan says, ask for an interview with Pierre and tell his people you won't ask scripted questions that his people give you. You know what's funny, Logan?
Keep trying.
I've been doing that since July, and that's why Pierre won't come on.
Because of the name.
We have been taught, he doesn't like the name of my channel. They say it's problematic. But I've been talking with Pierre and his folks while they were doing their by-election run in Alberta. I was invited several times to come out and chat with Pierre. However, one of the biggest staples was they said, as long as it's promotional, as long as it's going to help Pierre, we need to see the questions in advance. No gotchas. The number one concern, and I get it, please don't get mad at this, guys. It's part of the job. It's part of the business.
Understandable.
They don't want any catch-22s. But I said to them, part of my problem is that anytime you do these interviews with other channels, it's padded questions. It's softballs. When you ever watch like Barbara Walters back in the day, or Diane Sawyer, or any of those guys, they'd always ask tougher questions that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. So people knew to watch those interviews because they were better. I said, look, I'll give you the questions in advance, and you guys can think about how you want to answer them. But I still want to ask some tough questions. I still want to ask questions that Canadians are asking that haven't been answered. They denied it. They said, no, thanks. Not interested. I will tell you right now that I will be covering the Conservative, what is it? Their little get-together, their convention in the new year. Ryan over at Ryan and Tanya, I believe, at Northern Perspective. I think both of them will be there.
Yep.
I know Ryan's definitely going to be there. The Fringe will be there. Maybe we'll do a multi meet and greet. We were talking to them about
be cool.
Maybe organizing that, because we used to live in Calgary. Maybe we show Northern a little bit of Western hospitality and how things work around there. Maybe we'll do a double meet and greet while we're there, but definitely covering the Conservative Convention. Maybe I can get some of those answers then, because I hate to break it to Pierre, they can't really do anything about it once I'm there. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, folks. Yeah, I'll be honest, because I keep seeing Carney mentioned in here. I've actually reached out to Mark Carney's office and said, why doesn't he come on the channel? Let's ask him some questions, since he's so convinced he knows what's best for Canada. We can talk about his elbows. We can talk about everything. We can talk about his ahs and his ums. No response, of course, because why would they want to go on a right-leaning channel? Speaking of Mark Carney, keep your eyes open for Michelle Ferreri. I'll give you guys advance notice when that's going to happen. But I was very excited to announce that to you guys. You guys deserve it. You deserve the good interviews. If you really wanted to know, before we get to the housing stuff, do you guys remember when Justin Trudeau was funneling our money out for NGOs? He was sending it to Argentina, I think it was, for gender studies, different things so that they could funnel out and launder money. You guys really want to know where our money goes? Mr. Burns meets Mr. Burns. Oh, that would be a lovely interview. Here's one that was sent to me this week, sent out on the Twitter sphere. Brian Lilly posted this. If you guys thought gender studies and reassigning genders was a big thing, God, I'm tongue-tied again.
What is this?
Not Uganda. You're not going to believe. Brian Lilly tweeting this out. What the actual hell? What is gender just rice? The crazy crap we pay for in this country is bad enough. That we export the crazy is worse. So a good friend of mine, Andy Lee, tweeting out, I just thought you should know as you try to find ways to save money to pay your bills that we just sent $8.2 million to Vietnam to create gender just rice.
What is that?
Whatever the hell that is. Whatever that is. Project Profile, greening our rice, gender just low carbon rice value chains in Vietnam. $8.2 million. Airworks, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe it's rice that doesn't identify as rice. I have no clue. I have no clue. What the hell just happened? Carson, El Gringo Grande. 20 unacceptable Fringe memberships. The Patriots Club. You generous bastard. You generous bastard. Giving out 20 memberships. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. You're a trooper. Thank you so much. I've got other honorable mentions that came in. I missed them, guys. I missed them. I'm sorry. Javelin Blue, $2 super chat. She's so fire. Michelle is indeed. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Michelle needs to be leader of Ontario's new Blue Party. I'll ask her what her plans are in the future. I'm telling you right now, she's going to get into something, folks, because she's been going mad crazy on social media with the talking points, the videos, the TikToks, all that stuff. If she was just going to retire, she would have just faded off into obscurity. And she's not doing that anytime soon. Her voice is only getting louder.
Yep.
So I'll find out where Michelle's going. Javelin Blue with another $2 super chat. Michelle's a cutie on duty. I know a lot of women that would go les. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Snatch says, "Oh, Derek, let me help you identify that. That's called government graft. It's simply theft." Well, yeah, it's another place to launder their money. Give me 8 million and I'll give you Ant Bens. There you go. That's a good comeback. I like that one. Absolutely. It's an office above a bicycle shop. Yeah, probably that's where they're sending it to. Mark Carney likes to send the money to those places. But yeah, gender just low carbon rice is where we just gave $8 million. Again, while our people are starving. They're starving. Wow. They can't afford food. They can't pay their bills. Can't even get into America. I wish you could come to America. I really do wish someday we could go to America. Yes. Yeah, it would be a very easy decision. If we could claim asylum, God, I'd probably honestly consider it. I'd go to Florida. Gotta love Florida. Summer all year round. Get the odd hurricane, but hey, sacrifices must be made.
No.
Scotty, becoming a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. The world wants to play Let's Make a Deal, and Carney wants to play Net Zero Roulette. Again, he's playing alone now. He does that a lot. Have you seen his wife?
I'd play alone too.
Zing on the wife. Let's get on to the main event, shall we? Oh, wait, before we do, this should have been in the memes.
Yeah.
Do you guys see what's going on with the NDP there? The NDP have announced in Alberta their new slogans, their new symbols, their branding.
And it's very unlike Nenshi to steal, isn't it?
Well, he steals a lot of things. This one's creepy, folks, if you haven't seen it yet. If you thought Elbows Up was bad, they took a page. They stole from Mark Carney. They took a page out of his book. Isn't this hilarious? This should have been in the memes. I should have left this in the memes. Corey Morgan, hey, check this out. Nenshi's NDP is trying to piggyback on Carney's Elbows Up campaign with their very own hockey analogies. Think it'll take Alberta by storm, or will Nenshi share the fate of his former boss, Jagmeet, saying, we stick with Canada. Get your elbows up, guys. We stick with Canada.
Vote Nenshi.
Are you kidding me?
Lord.
What the hell? What the hell are they thinking over there?
There's nothing worse than him.
Tell Nenshi to get out of here. Pack his bags.
Take his sticks with him.
Take your sticks. Go sit on your sticks. Get a lollipop.
Although he'd enjoy that.
Sit on them and slide. Go to Uganda. We don't want that. Get it out of here. We stick with Canada? No, we
Is that just a sad gay joke?
We don't want to stick with you. Get the hell out of here.
Alberta doesn't want to stick with Canada.
It's so, yeah. It's just, yeah. Samuel, why? Just why? Right? Right? Like, what the hell's going on?
Desperation.
What the hell's going on? Let's get into Mark Carney.
Oh, man.
Let's get into Mark Carney. Andrea, hit the thumbs up. Where are we at, folks? Did we hit 1,000 likes yet?
No. I think we just hit 5.
Did we hit 1,000? We needed to hit 1,000 to do a giveaway. I wanted to do a giveaway. Where are we? We're getting 3/4 of the way through the stream here, folks. Where's the likes at? Nillock, $2 super chat. I heard 2 boomers say elbows up yesterday. Oh God. You know, when we were at West Edmonton Mall, I saw a store that had elbows up shirts at the very front, and they heard me as we were going up the escalator. I said, stores like that should be shut down and burned to the ground. And they weren't very impressed.
I mean,
we're 528. Are you guys kidding? We've got almost 700 viewers in here. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Let's get to 1,000. Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Let's see if we can get there. We're 3/4 through. We can do it. You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. Let's get to Mark Carney. Did you guys see his little announcement about modular homes? Not only is he getting $3 million per home, which, by the way, is going to Brookfield. I don't know if you noticed that.
Shocking.
Shocking. Everything behind Mark Carney in this shot is fake. It was staged to look like houses were being built, all for his housing announcement. It was all torn down after. This is some epic propaganda. First comment. Dude, I was there. That's exactly what happened. It was freshly graded gravel lot with no utilities or services run. I was discussing this very topic with other reporters covering it.
That doesn't even look, it just looks like the front of a house. It's not even anything.
They didn't even move the crane or remove the lifting apparatus. They just repurposed it.
Wow.
To hold a gigantic Canadian flag. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Fake house, says Nelson Cade. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And to make things worse, folks, before YouTube comes in to say, there goes a
fake news.
Fake news, there's misinformation.
Here's your proof.
Here's your proof, folks. Let's take a look at this.
Nepean, I am at the location of Prime Minister Carney's housing announcement a few days ago, and there is nothing here. So all those buildings were brought in just for the photo op.
So there you've got Barbara Ball. Shout out to her. She's amazing. She should have won that riding. In Nepean, of all places, Mark Carney was going to go announce fake homes, Nepean. So let me ask you this. What was it? 4,000 homes they were going to build?
Yep.
$13 billion, $3 million a home.
So
for affordable housing. Now, those houses aren't going to sell for $3 million, folks. That's all money going into Brookfield's pockets. Money laundering. Do you start to understand what's going on in this country now? Do you get an idea? Do you even think any of those 4,000 houses?
He is a banker.
Do you think any of those 400,000 or 4,000 houses will even be built at this point? They just picked up one and moved it away. Do you think they're going to build a house? Do you think they're going to build a single house? He's putting up 4,000 tents. These are, let me be clear, these are modular housing.
And yet, Tesla has $6,000 mini homes.
Tiny houses.
Yeah.
Tesla's announced they're going to do $6,000 small tiny homes. Why couldn't we get that? Oh, wait, because Elon.
Yes.
Oh, Elon hangs out with Trump, and Elon believes in actually charging people what something's worth.
Well, it's not even that. He wants them to be affordable.
Well, Elon's always kind of been about that.
Yes.
That was the whole point of Starlink, even though it's kind of pricey for what it offers. But Elon, you remember Elon wanted to do solar-powered shingles in certain places.
But he's also going to do cell phones that include Starlink.
They're bringing out cell phones that have Starlink in them. Oh, people don't like Elon. Come on, you don't like Elon? I like Elon. I think he's a nice guy. He's wonderful. I think him buying X was the turning point of everything that's happening in this generation with the woke.
Yeah. Putting a stop to it. Oh, speaking of woke.
Speaking of woke and how things couldn't get any worse in Canada. If you watched this morning's video, I talked a little bit about Danielle Smith. And I know a lot of viewers were a little rubbed the wrong way. Never rub another man's rhubarb. Rubbed the wrong way when I said Danielle had lost my vote this week. It was in a super chat. I believe it was Dutchie. Dutchie had said, no more extensions.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Now, I did say that because Mark Carney was only in Parliament dealing with his party since the beginning of September, if Danielle really wants another 6 weeks, fine, whatever. We've put up with it for years. I'll give 6 measly weeks. It's not that bad, right? But it's not because I'm giving her a free pass. It's I will patiently wait, grinding my axe for the next 6 weeks. I will wait on bated breath for Mark Carney to deliver nothing and to see what Danielle Smith has to say at the end of those 6 weeks, because it was plainly stated at the Alberta Next panel, if you don't show teeth, you'll be seen as weak and your political career will be over. The guy who said that to her also said, I'd like you to stick around.
Yeah.
So Danielle has a decision to make. And like I said, she'd lost my vote. But hey, folks, she can earn it back anytime she likes. All she has to do is stand up for Albertans and stop playing this game.
I feel like she stopped doing that. She gave Carney 6 months, and now she's extending it because he hasn't given us anything.
So there's 2 chats next to each other. CB saying too little, too late for her and Carney.
Yeah.
Okay. And I understand that because I'm in that fence too, that you now have to work for my vote, Danielle. You're going to have to earn it if you want it back. Nothing's guaranteed.
Had these big bowls and now she lost them.
Well, maybe they're in Carney's mouth. We'll find out. We'll find out come November 16th. It's funny that it's all lining up. David Brewer had asked, hey, doesn't everybody work in October? Why is it November?
Yeah.
There's a lot of announcements coming scheduled for November. November is the deadline for, in Alberta at least, for the APP court appearance for their constitutional question. Mark Carney was set to unveil some projects between now and then. So Danielle was giving him until the end of those announcements to decide what to do with Alberta. She drew a line in the sand. Scotty goes on to say here, never Nenshi. And this is my point, is that we can't vote Danielle simply because we don't want Nenshi. And I understand what people's fears are. I have that fear too.
Yes.
That you almost have to because you don't want Nenshi getting the province. However, folks, this is where Danielle has to really think about how invested she is in Alberta.
Yeah.
She has to make a decision. And I'm going to say something that people need to think about. The people who get mad at this, I'm going to put this into perspective for you in 1 second. 279 super chat from Dutchie. Don't be a Jason. Don't be a fat Stalin, Danielle. Don't do that. Canadian A, $70 super sticker. My goodness. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Very generous tonight. You guys are off the charts. Thank you. Danielle really shot herself in the foot by getting a little ballsy and coming out and saying, I'm giving Mark Carney a timeline. She's potentially, if I were her campaign manager,
she knew he wasn't going to do anything then.
Well, if I was in charge of her campaign, if I was in charge of her rep, if I was her press people, I would have pulled her aside after saying that and saying, what the hell did you just do? Now, stick with me, folks. As soon as she did that, she's obligated You show teeth or you look weak.
Yeah.
So she had to have known when she said something if she was planning on showing teeth. Now, if that perception has changed over the last 6 months, this isn't like Justin Trudeau or Mark Carney, where you can just forget you even said it and it'll just go away. Albertans are excited. They're revved up. They're ready to go. They're geared up. They're, some of them, at the end of their ropes. So if you don't come through with it, one of those two consequences is going to happen. You're either going to show teeth and gain favorability in Alberta, or you're going to piss off your constituents and lose your job.
Yeah.
And you're going to screw everyone in Alberta because they're going to have to put up with the alternative. What Danielle should have done, and not because I didn't want anything to happen, if she was smart, she wouldn't have said anything at all. All she would have said was, I'm going to fight for Alberta. I'm going to get the best deal. I'm going to keep pushing, and we're going to move forward. But as soon as she says timeline, that's an obligation. Now she's doubled down, and she has said November 16. So it's no longer 6 months. 6 months could mean to the date. It could mean an average. It could mean a lot of things. But when she says November 16th, when the sun rises November 17th and nothing has happened, people are going to expect somebody coming out of the gates on fire, ready to call for independence, or ready to cut off or shut down the valves and say, we'll take whatever punishment comes our way. We're not playing ball anymore.
Alberta's not going to be okay if she gives another extension. It's just not going to happen.
Alberta's not effed. Canada is.
Yeah.
You know, Master Snatch and I were talking about this, and Snatch had a really good point. And I talked about this in my video. Danielle Smith had the opportunity to really play poker at the table. The biggest problem, and this is again where she shot herself in the foot with these 6 months, she should have just called a vote right after the election. She should have just said, I'm leaving it up to Albertans to decide. She's not treasonous for saying, people are calling for this, so we're going to give it to them. I'm going to give them the opportunity to voice their concerns. We're going to have a referendum on independence. She should have called it immediately, because back then oil was in a better position. LNG was in a better position. Now oil's tanking, no pun intended. She doesn't have any cards to play at the table.
No.
So she almost has to try and
But
get a
it's
deal
only
with Carney.
tanking because we're not allowed to work.
She's almost trying to get a deal with Carney now because it's either that or independence. There's no middle ground anymore. There is no middle ground. You can't say, well, we kind of got a deal from Carney. Isn't that good? Nobody's going to listen to that. If Carney, I should say, when Carney doesn't come through with anything, because he won't.
Oh,
we all know he won't get rid of C-69. We all know he's not getting rid of the tanker ban.
He'll just make it worse.
She's obligated now. She, again, doesn't have to do anything treasonous. She just has to say, look, Carney, I gave you plenty of time. In fact, we gave you 7.5 months. You did nothing. You threw some breadcrumbs. That's not enough. Just like the guy told Danielle when he said her job would be up at the next panel, he says, Albertans don't want an inch, they want a mile. And you either give it to them or you get out of the way and let them vote on independence. Keith Wilson was at the UCP convention, and he was interviewed by Rebel News recently where he said, I don't think they're going to have a problem getting that petition approved. There's nothing in there that interferes with the constitutional question. So Danielle's line in the sand aligns with the court appearance for that petition from Alberta Prosperity Project. So my faith isn't in Danielle Smith at this point. My faith is in the fact that she shot herself in the foot, obligating herself to make a decision. And APP's answer is coming around the same time, and something's going to have to happen, folks. So before the end of the year, we're going to know where Alberta stands. It's important and imperative that regardless of what Danielle does, Danielle isn't part of the picture anymore. We have to get the vote in before Danielle leaves office. That's our number one goal. That should be the focus. Forget what Danielle says. Forget if she's talking out both sides of her mouth. It doesn't concern her. It concerns us getting the application approved, getting our signatures, and getting a vote, which Keith Wilson predicts will be in the fall of 2026. And I think it's coming, folks.
Too long.
Truth says we need to separate Alberta Independence.
Yes.
Absolutely we do.
The sooner the better, honestly.
And I'm telling you right now, as soon as that application is approved, you're going to see a huge shift in momentum. Because once it becomes real, and keep in mind, little Tommy the Commie's petition right now, I've heard rumors they don't even have 50,000 signatures yet. They won't tell people what they have because they know that they're just going to be laughed at and mocked.
Yeah.
And folks, for anybody saying there's going to be shenanigans, they can't fake it because Elections Alberta has to go through it and verify that every single person who signed it is a registered voter in Alberta and has been here for the last 2 years. They have to verify it, and it's public record when it happens. There can be no shenanigans. Unless they're very crafty or there's something I don't know about. I think it's pretty sealed tight on this one. The other thing is, even if it did get approved, it's not a constitutional question. So it doesn't stop APP from getting their application approved. APP is the only future for our children and grandchildren, or grandchildren's children. Independence now.
Yes.
Absolutely it is. I saw some super chats come in. I got to get to those. I can't ignore you guys. I'm sorry.
Good night,
sorry
Megan.
for the delay.
I did a little wave. But...
Good night, Megan. I guess we'll see you next week. God, Megan.
I'm excited.
Megan's in from Ontario. She's come to all of our meet and greets. What a trooper.
I love it. She's in Alberta now.
She's absolutely amazing. Nilok, there are still so many PCs still in the UCP party. Too many PCs? Yeah. Well, we're going to do something about that. Thank you for the super chat. John Middleton, becoming a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. The other day, I thought she might have been playing 4D chess, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure either. And again, that's why I said, for now, you've lost my vote. You got to earn it. You got to fight to keep it. Basically.
I'd love to know if there is a plan, what the plan is, but right now it just does not look good.
I shouldn't even use the words "you've lost my vote." It's just because she hasn't lost it. It's that it's not guaranteed anymore.
Yeah.
I just want results. That's it. And I don't think that's unfair to ask for, folks.
No, she's a politician.
I know there were a lot of viewers who yelled at me when I made that statement and said, "How dare you say that about Danielle?" I think I should just have to have some results before she gets my. I just don't want to guarantee my vote.
No.
Canadian 8, another $69.99 super chat. Thank you. My God. You guys have been unbelievably generous tonight. Look, even Snow, $10. It makes sense to extend her deadline. I said in the video comments after Clowney's announcements and around the answer on the referendum question gives her the carrot and the stick.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for the $10 super chat. John with $2 super chat. Carney will only give us a CO2 line. It doesn't matter what he gives us. Albertans don't want one project. There's hundreds that need to go through. You need to get rid of the tanker ban and you need to get rid of the gas emissions cap. You got to get rid of the No More Pipelines bill. There has to be things that gets out of the way of Alberta moving forward because they need investment. You can't get investment without those things. They're investment killers. So if Mark's not going to do that, we'll do it ourselves. Plain and simple. And if Danielle tries to play off that, hey, look, we got a couple projects, guys, but you didn't get rid of the big things that are stopping us from moving forward. Not enough.
A couple of projects does not help us.
Again, the problem isn't Danielle backing it. It's we need to get the referendum question on a ballot and validated before Danielle leaves office.
We don't want a for now fix. We want a forever fix.
That's the best way to put it. And that's what we got to focus on here, folks. We'll still report on what Danielle's doing.
Yeah.
And I'll cheer her on when she makes the good
100%.
calls. I'll call her out when she makes the bad ones. But the focus right now isn't even Danielle. It's let's get that petition out. Let's get our signatures validated. Let's get it on a referendum ballot before she leaves. Because, folks, if she loses her job and then she gets in, say goodbye. Say goodbye to Bill 54. Say goodbye to the ability for a referendum. It's all going out the window.
Yeah.
Sean with a $20 super chat. Just read Carney wants the Supreme Court to rewrite the Constitution.
Oh, that would be bad.
Or just read. So I talked about that today when we talked about the what is it? I was going to say the non-disclosure clause, but that's not it. The notwithstanding.
Yeah.
I said notwithstanding. In fact, one of our viewers made sure to correct me on that. Thank you. They thought I was being critical when I said I'll do better. Thank you for correcting it.
Thank you.
I don't know why I was thinking of non-disclosure, so I said notwithstanding. It is the notwithstanding clause. Yeah, go and watch this morning's video. Apparently, YouTube filtered that one out under the radar to make sure people couldn't see it. So go check that one out if you haven't already. It's kind of explained all in that one. Dutchy 279 super chat. Canada is my girl. She's super chat rookie.
Awesome. Thank you, Dutchy.
Well, you guys,
Canada.
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Micah, $5 super chat. The room is too rich for me, but I'm enjoying the convo. Listen,
No,
it's not about money or being rich.
Like and share. It is
Your
just
view,
watching is an amazing support.
Your singular view, your thumbs up, you participating in the chat is worth $1,000 to me. Thank you so much
We
to
love
everybody who's here.
all of our viewers.
All 696 of you. We couldn't do it without you. So please don't think that those super chats, means favorability over the other. It's y'all are the same. It's like asking somebody to pick their favorite child. It's not going to happen.
No, I'm just joking.
Well, I might not know. Mr. Biggs, $5 super chat. Danielle's lost my vote until she can actually stand up to cornhole, provided she does anything at all.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I stand. I'm just withholding my vote for Danielle. I'm not going to lose it, just withholding it. We're at 696 likes, 700 now. We need another 300 likes
more
before we get through. If you need more proof that the province is going to hell, folks, and that we need independence, it's so we can shut down Marxists like this. Did you guys hear about Jody Gondek? Failed woke mayor Jody Gondek. For anybody who's new to the channel or wasn't around when we were living in Calgary, I actually threw my hat in the ring to run for mayor of Calgary. I was going to run against failed woke mayor Jody Gondek because it was going to be easy. She's come forward now. And this is where I've said that if you ever need proof of what politicians are doing, the hypocrisy of politicians, I've often compared them to cell phone companies. When you're on your contract, they don't want to do anything for you. But as soon as you're like coming to the end of that 2-year contract, oh, do we have deals for you? Oh, we're going to do all these wonderful things. We're going to reduce your bill. Oh, we're going to give you these new features or a new phone, big, sparkly, shiny new phone. We're your best friends. It's the same thing with these politicians.
But this mayor is such a joke. I mean, they tried to recall her poorly, and then she pays to have herself nominated in a Best Mayor award.
She gave herself an award. She gave herself an award to look good. The recall was nonsense because it was just one guy at an HVAC company trying to get his 15 minutes. Very poorly planned, poorly executed. Jody Gondek wasn't obviously recalled, and now she's rerunning, even though she's been voted the worst mayor in Calgary's history. She now says she's going to do something about all the drugs and the crime in the city. From the woman who defunded the police.
Yes. She's the whole reason. That's why they all mostly sit and sleep outside City Hall, because she is such a joke.
You didn't want to work downtown anymore when we lived there.
But I mean, you didn't even know how bad it was until you came and met me for lunch.
You could smell crack.
But it wasn't even that.
In the streets.
You see people OD on a daily basis. I've never seen anybody do drugs until you're working downtown.
People getting Narcan.
Everywhere.
Narcan. On corner, like there's mobile units running around giving people Narcan. There were Tiffany was stepping over puddles of blood, she said some mornings, not knowing if it was fresh or from the night before. Like it just and it never used to be like that before Nenshi and Gondek. I'm not saying the city was without crime, but it was nowhere near.
Not as you could go downtown during the day, walk around. It was nice. After 7 o'clock, it certainly wasn't the place you wanted to be, but working down there in the past couple of years, it was just so scary to be down there even in the middle of the day.
Well, Mike says we continue allowing this shit to happen.
Yes.
That's the problem. And the voters are going to do it even more because
but now she's saying she's going to put a stop to it.
She's going to put a stop to it, folks.
Okay.
Why didn't you in the last 4 years? Why did Danielle Smith have to bring in police, extra police, because you defunded them to do your job as mayor?
She even did a video of how safe the C trains are.
Well, she was surrounded by police.
In the middle of the day, at 11 o'clock in the morning, surrounded by police. And only went 2 stops.
She went 2 stops, which is like 5 minutes on the train.
Yeah.
Absolute joke.
It's really safe.
Surrounded by police. It's so safe, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we all have a police entourage when we get on the train in Calgary.
Yeah.
Look, I love Calgary. We lived there 30 years.
It is a beautiful city.
But it's gone to hell.
Yeah.
Jody Gondek has let it go to hell. So she just announced she's actually going to fight the crime and the drugs and everything else now if she gets reelected. Again, cell phone company, we're your buddy. And then as soon as they get reelected, nah.
But even she continues to raise the property tax 7.8% last year, 5 point something this year. And they'd had $270 million surplus for the past 2 years.
They had a surplus. after raising the taxes a record level of almost 8.5% last year. She just announced a 5% increase, folks, in property taxes for a city where you can't even get police to come and help you if something goes wrong. Like, this lady is wacko. Wacko. And this is why we need independence, because she's part of the World Sikh Organization. I've shown that chart before. Her, Jagmeet Singh, Yasraj Halan through his father. There's a whole handful of them, all in our parliament system, whether it's provincial, federal, municipal, all hanging around, all embedded in our system and installed. They are completely installed. They are not voted for. They're installed. What worries me about Calgary is you have Jody Gondek now trying to rerun for mayor. And people said, oh, but Jeremy Farkas is rerunning. Jeremy Farkas looked like such a great candidate. He was going to be so good for Calgary. And he lost to Jody Gondek because she was installed by the Muslim community. Jeremy Farkas now pivoted over to Naheed Nenchi's group of people, from what I hear.
Not that he's any better.
So now Jeremy Farkas isn't even a win. The only person to vote for in Calgary right now, I believe personally, is Sonia Sharp. She's the only hope of Calgary actually getting their shit together and people actually getting something on what they're paying for. My number one concern when I was going to run for mayor was they charge you an 11 and give you a 3 when it comes to your services. They overtax everything. And they only pick up your trash once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Try that with 3 kids, 2 in diapers. It was horrible.
I love Calgary. I love it. It's a beautiful town. For anybody who's never been there, as soon as you go, it is absolutely gorgeous. You fall in love with it immediately. But over the last 10 years, especially, straight downhill. Straight downhill. It looks like India.
And it's so not safe. It's so not safe.
If you had independence, all this goes away. Yep. They all get booted out. Cities would hire new officials. They have people sitting on council that sit on the utility boards.
Yeah.
And it's the only utility in the city. Call that a monopoly, a conflict of interest.
A fortune.
All the NGOs that are funded, all that stuff goes away, folks, with independence. It all gets erased.
Like in the winter a couple of years ago, there was a house that had a $5,000 bill for 1 month on their utilities.
Yeah. If we claimed independence, all that would go away because it would have to be renegotiated, reinstalled, and we would have new rules, new constitutions. Yeah. If you can't give me a valid argument for independence over that alone, come on. Noah, $5 super chat. Nobody who pronounces my name Noah should be in government. Thank you for the super chat. Shell saying, I stayed in Calgary for a month. It was so nice I considered moving there. It's a gorgeous city.
It is a beautiful city. Their downtown is amazing.
Anytime I drive around Calgary, I always say, you know, from growing up in Winnipeg, it's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. And that's more beautiful than Vancouver. The only thing Vancouver has for it is the ocean.
But it's huge. It takes forever to get around from end to end.
It's one of the largest spread out cities. But it has so much to offer. It's got so many great amenities about it. And
past 10 years, it's gone
the
really
problem
downhill.
is the migrants, the crime, the usuals. Right? That again, if we just clean this stuff up, Calgary would be a premier destination again. Would highly recommend it. Karen, $2 super chat. I miss Ralph Klein, super safe downtown. I miss Ralph Klein pulling over drunk in his limousine.
Get a job.
Get a job.
Oh,
he was the best.
He was the best.
Love Ralph Klein.
Absolutely the best.
I love Ralph. He was great. Let's get to some Q&A, folks. Let's keep it positive. Let's not get into the negatives. We've gone a little overtime. Let's do a little Q&A. Shell saying, I loved Edmonton Mall. I love going. We've got passes. We take our kids to the water park
I
there.
am not a mall person.
Mrs. Fringe isn't a mall person, but, you know, we do somehow end up there about once a week. Whether we're using the passes to go mini golfing, bowling.
My mom says it all the time. You were always at the mall. Well, it's not my fault.
A lot of fun. Justin, $2 super chat. Still looking for a G1 Megatron? I guess I am. Yes. You know what the problem is the price. I just can't. I can't wrap it around. And you know what's really funny? I seen something the other day. That I wanted to get. I'm not going to pull it up because it'll just make me drool. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you've ever heard of Sideshow Collectibles, they make statues, like the comic book statues, the busts, the ones that are like yay big. And they usually range between like $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on the size, the scale of what they're doing. They're art pieces.
Yeah.
They usually offer payment plans. Sideshow Collectibles came out with a life-size, full-scale reimagination of Han Solo, frozen in carbonite. Withstand. It's made out of solid wood and metal. This thing weighs 300 pounds. It's absolutely beautiful. It's $12,000. And I said, even if I had $12,000, I wouldn't put that in my house, even though it's absolutely beautiful and fully detailed. But I said, I wouldn't, like, people would come near and I'd be, don't touch it.
Don't even look at it.
Don't even look at it. Just walk away. Just get away. You couldn't have that out in your house. Especially with kids.
Children.
The kids, the dog, like, no, forget it. You could never do that.
Steve would color on it. Make it beautiful.
Snatch saying, if you go for independence, America will swallow you up. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's inevitable. Okay. Well, that's fine. Anything to get away from Carney.
Yeah. Or government, period.
Let me find some Q&As. Carney or Biden, they might as well stay on vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even want to answer that one. I wouldn't take... yes, Sideshow Collectibles. Yeah. Nilok, $5 super chat. Alberta Independence is the way to show Canada there's a better way. Unfortunately, there are other channels, though conservative, actively work against independence.
Yeah.
So there are some that work against independence, but the thing is, they're not in Alberta. They don't understand.
No.
They don't get it, and I don't expect them to. That's fine. Everybody, look, when we talked about free speech earlier, you're entitled to your free speech. Yeah. But I always say, like I love it when other channels or other people chime in and think that they know what Alberta wants. And I always say, but you don't live here and you don't get, you obviously don't get the way of life out here, the way people see the world in Alberta. It's a different kind of culture. We're done. If you don't live here, you don't get it. I don't expect you to. Good thing you got the Fringe to cover all of that for you. Mr. Biggs, $5 super chat. I really hope Danielle doesn't backstab Alberta again like she did in 2015 when she jumped ship from the Wild Rose. I hope it ain't 2015 2.0. I do too. Again, we'll see. Again, like I said, Danielle's not my concern. Right now, the concern, let's get the petition in.
I'm sorry, this next super chat made me laugh.
Have you been to the conservatory in the River Valley in Edmonton? Not yet. I've heard about it, Reg. We're going to check it out at some point. I want to take the kids there. Snow, $2 super chat. Donating to get you that frozen the Han job. You know what you need's a Han job. No, we're not getting Han Solo.
Sorry, the wife will not.
She will not.
A $12,000 decor.
I wouldn't put it in my house because my kids, my dog, they'd knock it over. Something would happen. I'd go ballistic. My anxiety would be through the roof.
Oh.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Is there going to be syrup at the meet and greet?
I guess you could ask.
Don't know. That's kind of a weird
Why? Because
question.
it's Canadian brew house? Because it's Canadian?
I don't know. Maybe. I can't speak for what they have on the list. Kind of a weird question, but okay.
I hope to see you there.
Everybody's talking about cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Derek said, is there going to be honey there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mike Freedom Honey.
Mike Freedom Honey is bringing his honey to the event. He's going to be giving it away. Make sure you're there. Selling. I don't think giving it away. No. He's practically giving it away by selling it. I don't know if he's selling it or giving it away. I don't want to speak on his behalf. Just he'll have some there. So be prepared to pay for it. That's all I'm saying. And rightfully so. It's the best you've ever had. I'm telling you right now. Raw. What is it? Raw sunflower honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good.
Oh, it's really good.
It's good.
Makes you want the best honey in Canada.
Makes you want to slap your mama. It's so good.
There was a vote. I got a sparkle on my face.
Let me find some more Q&A. Fringe, how do you really get independence freedom? How do you really get independence freedom from the system? You do know that birth certificates, contracts are binding you unconstitutionally to the system. I'm kind of getting what you're saying. Look, all of this is covered in APP's value of freedom. You can live in another country. Like for example, my father grew up in Scotland and he moved to Canada. He's now a Canadian citizen.
But he lived here for 35 years.
He lived here without it, And nobody said, well, you can only have one birth certificate.
Nope.
He does have a birth certificate from Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what you're bringing up into that.
Like,
it's nothing
we will
that
still be Canadian.
Yeah, nobody picks up Alberta and moves it somewhere else. It stays where it is. The only thing that changes is who's in charge of the money.
Yeah.
And who's in charge of what happens inside the boundaries. That's essentially it. You know, we essentially ditch all the debt, all the bullshit laws and regulations, and we make our own. It's a win-win. Win-win-win.
Win-win-win. Win.
Jeff does explain it,
yes,
and he explains it very well. Maybe we'll bring Jeff onto the channel again to talk about it. I have to make it an interview, because if we ever did a live stream, it would be like a 7-hour live stream. Every time I get talking to Jeff, we just keep going
you ramble,
and going.
He rambles. It's awesome.
We're terrible. I can never drink with that guy. It would never end.
Oh. I'll just, go home, pick you up later.
Unacceptable Fringe. In your opinion, who's the third worst prime minister that Canada's ever had? Carney, Trudeau Jr. Have first and second locked down. Well, then Trudeau Sr.
Yeah.
If you're going to go that, I'd say Trudeau Sr. And if you're not going to include that, I'd say Brian Mulroney.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Brian. Have you noticed that PP has lost his steam and zip in question period? Well, again, that's part of the reason.
He's gone back to his logos and
slogans and
crap.
I mean, he had a couple of zings this week, from what I understand.
Yeah, but he's not as strong.
Well, especially when they were talking about Canada Revenue Agency and stuff. But look, the thing with Pierre, it's part of the reason I want to bring Michelle Ferreri on the channel, because now that she's not in the House of Commons, I want her to explain to me, why has he lost that? Why do we get the same scripted questions from both sides of the aisle? Why is it nothing gets done and we never get any answers? Canadians are frustrated. I want to get you guys some answers.
Yeah.
From somebody who used to work in there, somebody who knows the system, somebody who understands how inner workings are, so that you guys get a better explanation as to why you're feeling the way you feel.
Somebody from the inside.
And Michelle's amazing.
Yeah.
I still love how eager she was. Do you want to come on the channel? Yup. Instant reply. Instant yes. It's going to be great. Looking forward to that. Look at how it's fixed. We will never have representation here. It's not just the representation. When you look at the streams we did in the early week, when it was the same things. Oh, it's food prices. Food prices are low or too high. Food prices, people can't afford beef. People can't afford a can of soup. People can't afford to make stew at home. And it's like, you idiots standing in that House of Commons have never had to experience poverty.
No.
You've never had to go to a grocery store and say, this is my budget, or this is what we can afford.
I would love like a reality TV show where the government lives on a regular paycheck for a month.
Wouldn't that be a great, even like this hour is 22 minutes as a comedy bit. Send Mark Carney into a Loblaws with a $125 gift card and tell him to buy a week's worth of groceries for 4 people.
Yeah.
See what he comes out with.
For family of 4.
I would love to see that. Wouldn't you? Even if it was satirical. Just so you could be like, well, look what I got. And they'd look at him and be like, now, how do you think the average Canadian gets through with it? You jackass, while you're padding your pockets and stealing from everybody.
They need a reality check.
Picking up your fabricated homes. Liar. Give me a break. Can't afford orange juice. Orange juice is the least of our problems.
Deodorant. $10.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Yep. The costs are ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I remember it was like $2.
Noah's saying, I have a skilled trade. I work 2 jobs and will never own a home at this rate. So that's what's funny. Not funny, but
no.
What, like, not ha-ha funny, but funny as in puzzling about the whole statement is that you have people with really good jobs. And Mrs. Fringe and I were saying this the other day, because when we moved, again, we were told that she had a transfer with her job. And then a couple of weeks before we were moving, oh, nope, that transfer is no longer valid. We're cutting projects. We'll see you later. Thank God.
I have time to look for a job. Because
she has time. We're not in dire straits.
I'm getting EI right now, but
that runs
want
out.
Something in my field.
And I don't believe you qualify for the extension when Mark Carney puts
Probably
that in.
Not.
But regardless, Tiffany was on EI. We took a portion of the proceeds from selling our house when we moved here and put it aside as a help, just in case. So regardless, we're okay. So I don't want people to worry.
No.
because we did mention that at one point, and people are always, hey, I can help Mrs. Fringe with a job. It isn't
And
dire straits. We do appreciate
all
it,
of that,
but it's not dire straits. But one of the things we said was, without those savings, without planning ahead, we've had a number of things pop up because we've had to do a yard. We've had to do a lot of things with our home when we moved in.
We've got 3 growing kids that are eating us out of house and home.
You look at the bills and you say, how does the average Canadian do it? That if we didn't have these savings, we wouldn't be able to do this. And I make a moderate living on YouTube. Like the same as I'd make in a full-time job.
I mean, I've got my brother and his wife who are on AISH, and they are barely affording mortgage right now.
They can't do anything. So I don't know how you guys are doing it. I don't know how everybody else is doing it. And that's what I was saying in question period. I'd like Pierre Poilievre to stop with the quips and go to a Loblaws, go to a Safeway, stand outside and ask people, what do you have in your cart? What did it cost? Don't take any cameras.
No.
Don't go there and make it a press thing. Go there and actually ask. Give a shit about your constituents and ask them, what are you going through? What do you do for a living? So you can have a better understanding that middle-class Canadians are living like the poor. They can't get ahead. I know people who have jobs just to pay for the daycare they pay for to go to their first job. They have a second job.
I mean, that was the whole reason why you stayed home, was because we were
Daycare was too expensive, and we didn't want to trust, Mr. Singh with our children. But it was... It's funny because, like I talked before, and some people had mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, a friend of ours is moving into our home next week with her son.
Yeah.
She was going to send her son back to his father, which I'm not going to get into it. It's not a good scene.
Situation.
But she was going to live in her car because her debts have piled up, and it's student loan. She can't afford. She can't call bankruptcy, because that stays over you. Student loan doesn't go away.
And she has a job.
She has a job.
She makes too much to qualify for help, and it's
But she's a single mom. The dad doesn't pay support.
She doesn't have parents.
She doesn't have family. They've all passed on. And she told us she didn't ask for anything from us. Just shared with us she was going to be living in her car. And we said, no, you're not.
Yeah, your family.
Because I hear about it all the time. And I said, if we can help, we're obligated.
Yeah.
You're not living in your car. You're coming here. Bring your son here. You can live with us until you pay down your debts. You don't even have to pay rent. Just stay in the basement and pay your debts.
Yeah.
Build a little nest egg so that you've got some savings, and then get out. And I would hope that anybody else would do that if they were in a position to help. Because real Canadians are struggling.
Yeah.
They're really struggling.
I mean, I have you do the groceries because it just gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah, Mrs. Fringe can't even go for groceries. She can't do it.
It gives me, like, I have a number in my head, and once I go over that number, I stress the hell out. I can't do it.
No. And it's funny, like, so when I mentioned what's happening with our friend, like, I don't mention that to get a pat on the back or acknowledge. It's not for clout.
I would do that for any family.
We would do, but the reason I mentioned it was because isn't it shocking that we're experiencing that, but so are so many Canadians. And we're talking like middle class.
So many parents are not eating just so their kids have food on the table. Like, people are worried about, do I pay a bill this month or do I buy groceries? Like, it's a or situation.
When you think back to the Ralph Klein days, if somebody said, I'm going to have to live in my car, you'd give them the old Ralph Klein. Well, get a job.
Yeah.
Why don't you go get a job? In Alberta, you could go and get a job at the end of the day. If you didn't have one, if you were prepared to get your hands dirty and work.
100%.
And it would usually cover your costs. But the thing is now you can't even do that.
You can't even get a call back. You can't just go into a Tim Hortons or a McDonald's and get a job because I'm white.
Because your last name isn't Singh. And that's the problem in this country, is that the government has arranged the system for you to fail.
Yeah.
They've brought in too many immigrants, about 10 million too many.
Because they want, you'll have nothing and you'll be happy.
Well, and they're giving subsidies to employers that take advantage of these guys and treat them like slaves.
Oh, but didn't they say in question period they're not?
They're not. They said in question period, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, you are. We all know the laws. We all know the rules.
Prove it.
It's the reason I brought up what's happening to our friend is because it's a crying shame that this is happening across the country.
Yeah.
This isn't a one-off situation.
No.
It's happening more and more and more. I read all of your comments. Every time somebody tells me I'm on AISH, I'm on subsidy, I'm a veteran, I don't have funds, I can't afford anything. I've heard about senior citizens that are eating dog food
Because it's cheaper.
because
than a
it's
can of
cheaper.
tuna.
Can you imagine spending your whole life paying taxes,
Ugh.
paying your dues, working your way up?
To have nothing.
Your end days are eating dog food, your golden years?
Like, we have parents that are over 65 that can't retire.
This is why I love Donald Trump. He cut off all funding to illegals. Get out of here. Get them out of here.
And
Get out.
so they should. And he's cut off. So Biden had done that debt forgiveness on school fees and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's taken that away from immigrants. Trump has.
Yeah. Amanda's saying, I had a great sit-down 2-hour conversation with Sean McLean, the People's Party of Canada candidate today, about everything from the economy to school reform.
Yeah.
And the need for real change. The problem with the PPC again is they can't get a seat. Like, I applaud their views and their policies, but we need a solution now.
Yeah.
And with the people that are in charge right now, we can't wait 4 more years. We can't go through this stuff anymore, right? Like, we're crumbling quickly. And real people need solutions yesterday. And this is why I always say, when people are super chatting, I don't want the rest of the audience to feel left out or bad.
No.
I understand what it's like out there.
I mean, pay
We live it.
what you can if you can.
If you want to support the channel, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that we live it. We're there with you. We understand. We get what everybody's going through. I had somebody message me a couple of weeks ago saying, you don't know what it's like to be on AISH. I do know. My brother-in-law is experiencing it. I hear about it all the time.
His wife can't get AISH, so they're living on one AISH income.
2 people. It's madness what's happening in the world right now. Hang in there, folks. Hopefully something is on the way. I think you're going to see
light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm really hoping so. But until then,
There has to be something. There has to be something.
so Dimebag Coin says we need a non-confidence vote. That's still not going to solve the problem. Even if Pierre becomes prime minister, it would take a couple of years for things to right themselves. The problem is that we've had a Liberal government that's been printing money while bringing in immigrants and pumping up the cost of everything, that our money's so devalued. You can't right the wrongs overnight. There's no quick fix. It's a timed fix. And unless you boot 10 million people out of the country to make some significant differences, you're not going to see those. So what we have to do right now, instead of complaining about it, is figure out how to adapt, evolve. How do we survive in this climate?
Yeah.
That's what we have to figure out. Stick around on the channel, folks, because I will do my best to guide you into how we get there. And I'll definitely be here to hold those accountable. I want to thank everybody who was in the stream tonight. Everybody who was here. Where did we get on the likes? I know we probably didn't hit 1,000, did we?
No, I think we were in the 700s.
Hopefully we can do a giveaway next week. We'll try our best. Again, Question Period Live has been suspended indefinitely. I got the Jimmy Kimmel treatment due to health concerns. So again, folks, join me Wednesday for Unhinged Fringe with Matt. Friday Night Fringe next week. Check out the channel all week long, folks. There's new content
Always, every
daily.
day.
Check out the channel. Even if you're not notified, there are videos sitting here. Please make sure to watch them. YouTube has something weird going on lately.
They're definitely putting a block.
They've pulled 3 videos in a row this week. They really don't. As Trump would say, I don't think they like me very much. They don't, and that's okay.
It just means you're doing something right.
It means we're telling the truth, and we'll continue with it, folks. They're not stopping me anytime soon. Keep your eyes out for content over the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the weather before it gets cold.
Sorry we missed I saw Ryan said that his chats aren't getting read. We do always go back, Ryan, I promise.
Is there a super chat
No,
I missed?
it wasn't.
I did miss some super chats.
Oh, did you?
Holy crap, did I miss some super chats. Nilok, $5 super chat. APP is holding a 200-person event at La Pearl Community Hall on the 27th as well. It's from 5 to 7. I'll be heading to Brewhouse after. Want a hoodie? Sure.
Yeah.
2X. I like them baggy. I'll reimburse you.
Yes.
Grab me one. Thank you so much, Nilok, for the super chat. Matt with a $100 super chat. Wow. Thanks for your hard work and you and your wife helping out friends and neighbors
always
that need it. I appreciate that, but thank you. Of course, we're Canadian. That's what Canadians do.
Yeah.
Bradley with $2 super chat. Should Michelle Rempel Garner or get Michelle on the show?
Yeah.
I've reached out to her a few times. Again, it's scheduling. It's trying to get in with the scheduling.
They're so busy.
I made some comments on a live stream that you were becoming a pay for say channel. I was 100% wrong. Look, JD, and I actually called you out on the next stream because I go back and I read all the chat afterwards.
Always.
We're not a pay to say channel ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
This chat
we
moves.
do like to make sure that all of the pay ones are definitely read.
People are paying for that privilege.
But
the chat moves quickly and we try to get to it as best as we can. I will admit I've probably done a sloppier job in the past. I'll do my best to make sure people feel a little more seen in the chats, folks. But please know that if I've missed your chats, I go back after the stream. As soon as we stop this, Mrs. Fringe and I go and sit down. We rewatch the stream and we check out the whole chat.
It's really hard to keep up with it even when we're watching, and I love to see.
I love to see everything you guys say. I say it in my videos.
We have a great community.
I love hearing what you say outside of making these videos. I look at them all, folks, so I'm not missing you. Join me again this week for our lives. Join us for the content. Enjoy the weather before it gets cold, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Keep your heads up. Hopefully good things are coming. Let's stay positive. Friday Night Fringe, at least, is always as positive as it can be. From me, the Donald, and from Mrs. Fringe. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep your stick on the ice, folks. Take care.
Take care.
We'll see you next Saturday for the meet and greet. Spruce Grove, 7 p.m. Brew House. Be there, be square.